Today is October 15th, 2019. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Robert Dwayne Glen in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
I was born here in Tulsa.
In Tulsa.
Traveled the world right off the bat.
Yep. And when's your birthday?
3/16/61.
Who is your father?
Robert Dale Glen.
Robert Dale.
Yeah.
And your mother? Oh, I'm sorry.
Marilyn Sue Glen. And he's also, my father is also a retired military.
Oh.
I'm like 7th generation military.
Yeah. And what was your mother's maiden name?
Marilyn Sue Long.
Long. Okay.
Yeah, she's a Tulsan too. Both
Yeah.
of them are Tulsans.
Okay. Your father still living?
Yes, he is.
He was in the military. When was he in?
When was he in?
Was he in Vietnam?
Oh, yes. Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you go through school in Tulsa?
Did I go to school in Tulsa? Yeah, in my early years.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, I'm an Army brat. It's all right.
Okay.
I'm an Army brat, and I traveled just like any Army brat. Every time he went overseas, I come back to Tulsa, and then all my other schools were in military posts.
Yeah. You graduated what year?
I graduated in '79 out of Webbers Falls, Oklahoma.
Webbers Falls, Oklahoma.
Little bitty town.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, you traveled all over the world when you were in high school?
No, I took my, like I said, I did my high school in Webbers Falls, and I graduated out of there. Before my high school year, I think I did no, I went straight from into my sophomore year at Webbers Falls, so my lower years, I think, were basically at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay.
I remember my junior high years were there. Before that, I really can't say.
Okay. In your schooling, who was your favorite teacher?
It would have to be my my vice principal, actually. What was his name? I have a memory problem. I got a nice little scar right here. I can't remember his name. I can see him plain as day, but I can't remember his name.
Oh, what school?
It was Webbers Falls.
Webbers Falls, okay.
Yep.
Why was he your favorite?
He's the one that actually took me aside and gave me the basics. I was unruly. I was the joker of the class. And he's the one that got me to settle down and really take note about my future.
Mm-hmm.
And I got out of school and I played around and worked a couple of jobs and decided then that I was going to go into the military, get my basics, get my, what would you call it? Get my rudimentary, get a plan of action for life, actually. I think every young man ought to go into the service for the first 4 or 5 years.
Now, when did you join the Army?
When did I go in?
Yes.
February 2nd of '80. Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you go for your basic training?
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Fort Knox. Tell me about basic.
Basic was a little rough for me. It was cold. I was pretty pudgy, and I had just come out of a bad operation on my appendix. They put catgut stitches in me, and my body didn't accept them, so I had to go in and put stainless steel in and left it open, so it healed from the bottom up and closed in. So I had some pretty good adhesions in, so running wasn't very good for me. So they put me in I went through basic training, and then they put me in the PT platoon for a little while to get my running up, and then of course I got it up and went back into basic training again. and blew through that. Once those adhesions broke. So one day it just like I felt a snap, and once I felt that snap, running wasn't a problem anymore.
Okay. What type of training did you have in basic?
I had just regular infantry training, and then I went to AIT, and that's where I picked up my MOS was 63 Charlie. It started out as a mechanic.
Okay.
And I did AIT and basics both at Fort Knox. And they taught me whatever I needed to know about the wheel and track training. I could take a Jeep apart and put it back together. I could pull a pack on the XM1, which is now the M1. I was already mechanically inclined, so I took it up like pouring water into a glass. It was pretty simple for me. It was pretty basics.
So from Fort Knox, where'd you go?
Fort Knox, I went straight to Korea.
Korea.
I went to Tongashan or Camp Casey.
How'd you get to Korea?
I flew.
Flew. Okay.
I went home, and then I got on a plane in Tulsa International. Flew to Dallas, and flew, I don't know if I went East Coast. I think I went to East Coast and then down to, I can't remember if it was Guam. I think it was Guam, and then all the way across. Mm-hmm. It was a long flying trip. I know that.
Had you been assigned to a unit yet?
No, I went to Turtle Farm.
What's Turtle Farm?
Turtle Farm. Anybody that's been to Korea knows Turtle Farm, because when you come in the country, you come into this one hooch, and when you exit the country, there's a hutch right next door to it, and they call it Turtle Farm because it takes you a whole year to get to the next building. And that's why they call it Turtle Farm.
Okay, that's located where in Korea?
Camp Casey.
Camp Casey?
Yeah. And you can go all over that area. You like I said, you come into this one building, and you can go to Hobie, or you can go to anywhere up on. If you're coming into Second Division, they disperse you from there.
Okay. And you're assigned to what unit?
Second of the 72nd Armor.
72nd Armor?
Yeah.
Now, is that a regiment, brigade, or is that a division?
That's a brigade.
Brigade, okay. And that's located where in Korea?
Camp Casey.
Camp Casey. What was your job with the unit?
Motor pool. Well, I went to headquarters company, which was assigned to the headquarters vehicles, which was, we had one cherry picker, which is was it M155? I think. And anyway, it's a track with basically a crane on it, a boom on it, that you pull packs with, or motors, or whatever you want to pull with it. Plus we had a 5-ton with a boom on the back of it, basically a recovery vehicle. And we had the tool, another deuce and a half with a toolbox on the back of it, basically a big old box with all our tools in it. And then I had 12 deuce and a halves and about 15 5-tons, 5 tracks, 2 commo tracks, that sort of vehicles I had to take care of. And then we had the commander's tank to take care of. And then we had, if the other companies needed assistance with their tracks, we would go and help them out.
Okay. Now, what was your job in the motor pool? What'd you do?
Well, I had several jobs during that year, but it started off just being a general mechanic.
Okay.
And then I was assigned to the commo track, and then I had to get a secret clearance.
And what's a commo track?
The communications vehicle.
Okay. Okay.
That's the one that the communication vehicle is an APC with all the commo gear in it that they set up on a hill and takes care of all the commo for the company. Actually, commo for the battalion. Plus, they have their little commo jeeps that they set out, and they're also the people that run the commo lines, the hard lines. But the commo track was assigned to me to take care of, which means I took care of the engine, the tracks, the whatever complaint they had.
Okay.
And I had to go and get a clearance for that just to work on it because it did have all the radio equipment on it.
So where's Camp Casey located?
It's in the northern part of Korea, right close to the line. I'm going to say it's probably about 15 to 20 miles away from the line.
From the DMZ?
From the DMZ, yes. I spent 9 months out of the year out in the field. Between live fire and there's a lot of initials I could use, but I'm not going to. We have live fire, we have zeroing in of the weapons, plus the 6 months that we travel up and down the line, and then the other company, which is the 1st to 73rd, that does the other half. Either one of us is up there or the other one's up there. And then we have the other time that we're out in the field doing the live fire, the practice runs, and zeroing in of the weapons. And for the new recruits that come in, they have to do their runs.
Okay. Now, out in the field, are you a mechanic out in the field on these vehicles?
Yes.
Okay.
When they're out there, we're out there.
Okay. Okay.
Headquarters company is always out there with them,
Okay.
in one form or another. Yeah, when they're out there, we're out.
Have any occasion when the North Koreans came into South Korea?
No, but we were there when they found the tunnel, that big tunnel that you could ride 2 tanks side by side through it. Yeah, well, I was there when they found that.
That tunnel from North Korea into the South?
Yeah, yeah, it was a North Korean tunnel that we found. Yeah, it was huge. It was a big deal at the time.
What'd you do with the tunnel?
I think they collapsed it. I wasn't there when they collapsed it, but I was there when they found it. So it was a big stink at that time. It was almost. I was also around the time when they had that tree that they cut down that they threw a big fit about, because it was an observation challenge for us. So we decided to cut it down, and they threw one big stink about it. But you know, there's all kinds of politics. There wasn't too many other things going on at the time on the line, but all we did was basically sit up there and watch them watch us.
Okay.
We always carry 3 rounds. I always figured that was a warning shot. But yeah.
Have any contact with the local people?
Always, yeah.
What was their attitude towards you?
Well, it depends. They were always friendly while we were in town. A lot of the locals, their roads were just big enough for one vehicle. There were some of them stubborn enough to face off a tank. And their little kimchi vehicles, I don't know what to call it. They would take a plow and hook it up to a trailer. I don't know how they did it, but they would make that plow be a pulling vehicle. And they would face off a track in a heartbeat. I mean, at one point, we'd have to get out of our vehicles and move the track out of the way and listen to them cuss at us in their language the whole time we were moving convoy by. But it could be kind of comical at times. They weren't too happy about it. And there were times that we would pull off into their rice fields and we'd have to pay them for their whole year's worth of rice because we destroyed the rice paddies. Yeah,
Did you get up to the 38th parallel?
Did I go up on the line?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Now, is there a river there at the 38th parallel? Is that the Imgen River?
I can't remember.
There's a bridge called the Freedom Bridge.
Yes, yes. I never saw the Freedom Bridge. I had a chance to go to see the Freedom Bridge, but I never saw it.
Okay.
I never run up and down the full length of the border. I really can't say.
Okay. What's your most vivid memory of Korea?
Cold.
Cold.
Very, very cold. I was there through the winter. I saw diesel freeze. I've seen the little heaters that they gave us blow up. Yeah. A beautiful country in the spring. I saw lots of the Buddha temple. I took a lot of tours. Every chance I got. I took some of the tours. I saw a couple of the Buddha shrines on top of the mountain. Very beautiful. It's a beautiful country in the springtime. People were very nice to us. At nighttime, it was a little different in the Ville when it was crowded.
Why was it different at nighttime?
I really can't. Certain parts of the village was kind of off limits to us, and the people there were treated us a little different. I don't know if they were just a different attitude on because we were so close to the border. Not really sure. I can't remember what was said about it because it's been quite a long time for me, and I do have a memory problem. I try to remember the good and try to put out the bad. That's just who I am there. Can't remember.
Were you in Korea how long?
About a year and 2 months.
Okay. So from Korea, where'd you go?
I went to Fort Irwin, California, which was an OP-4 base. They would fly different battalions in, and we would play war against them in Russian uniforms.
Okay.
And Russian mock vehicles.
OP-4, that's the opposing forces?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
And I was with the first of 73rd? Yes, first of 73rd.
73rd Infantry?
Armor. And they had infantry there, and they had armor there, but I was with the armor.
Okay. Now, what'd you do as opposing forces?
I started out as a mechanic again, but as soon as I don't know what happened, but I became the CO's driver, the company commander's driver, and then I drove a pickup that was supposed to look like a what do they call that? A BMP, which I don't know what it stands for, but it's a Russian troop carrier, which was aluminum plating put on a vehicle to look like the BMP. And we had different vehicles. We had Zeus, a Russian Zeus mock-up. We had we had a couple of tanks that were actually the Russian vehicle, and I don't know. We had a couple other things, but we would attack the American port. They would fly them in. They weren't allowed to come into town. They would fly them in for 3 weeks, and we would battle them out in the desert. We would use the Russian tactics. We would fight them for 3 weeks, and we would send them home. They weren't allowed to come into town. What they brought with them is what they were allowed to have. Sometimes we'd have to go out and do rescue missions because some of their people would get lost and get dehydrated and stuff. We would go out and find them, bring them back to their people. We didn't have to do that too many times, but it was kind of weird. We even have generals come on, jump off their helicopters, jump down our vehicles. That's how intense it would get. Yeah.
Jump on your vehicle.
Yeah, they would jump. They would fly around, and they would get so intense with the war game, they would actually jump off their helicopter. We had it happen twice, because the war games would get pretty intense, and they didn't like the fact that they were losing.
Now Fort Irwin's out in the desert.
Yes, it is. It's out at Barstow, and then you go out in the desert about to 45 miles.
So what was your attitude going from the cold of Korea
to the heat of desert?
Yeah, the desert.
Well, it was definitely a change. I can tell you that. Yeah, because it would get hot and it would get cold. I mean, the desert does get cold, especially up in that high Sierras. But I have to admit, it was pretty fun. I was 150 miles from LA and 150 miles from Vegas. And I did have a lot more time off than I did in Korea. It was definitely interesting.
What type of quarters did you have at Fort Irwin?
Fort Irwin at one time was, I believe, a Japanese internment camp.
Yes.
But it was changed over. It had those Quonset hut type barracks. Is it Quonset hut? The
Yes.
little round, half round things. So that's what our barracks were. It wasn't too bad. We've had to paint the sand green just so we can say we had grass. And that was by orders of our company commander. He wanted some green grass around. So we went out and painted the grass. Painted the sand. We did have some sandstorms that would strip our vehicles of the paint, so we had to repaint the vehicles. For beer money, we would go out and collect tarantulas and scorpions and snakes and take them into town and sell them to the pet stores. That was interesting too, because I'd never went out and collected snakes before. Communication between the troops was pretty good. It was enjoyable.
Yes. Now, what's your most vivid memory of Fort Irwin?
Sand. Lots and lots of sand. If you didn't pay attention, you could be driving along. Next thing you know, you were in a ditch. So you had to pay attention to what you were doing. Because you could be driving along, playing flat, and all of a sudden the ground disappeared. Yeah. I used to drive a 125 motorcycle when I was off work. And that's another thing I would do. I'd be driving along the desert, and all of a sudden the sand would just disappear. You'd be down in the middle of a ditch. It was quite interesting.
You had Fort Irwin how long?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So from Fort Irwin, where'd you go?
Home.
Home.
I only spent one tour.
Okay.
I wanted to do more, but on my last days, I told my captain what I thought about him. He was kind of a screwball. Even the battalion commander told him so. He gave him a screwball award, which was a ball with a big old screw in it. So I wasn't the only one that thought he was.
Yeah.
I opened my mouth once too many times.
Now, when were you with the 7th Infantry? Is that Fort Irwin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the 7th 3rd Armor was in the 7th Infantry Division.
1st and 73rd was
Okay.
with the 7th Infantry,
Okay.
yes.
And the 2nd Armored Division, was that in Korea?
The 2nd Armored was with the 2nd Division. They called us Double Deuce.
Was that in Korea?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, did you get out after Fort Irwin?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Now, I thought about staying, but my first sergeant convinced me otherwise.
Yeah. So how long were you in the Army?
I was in about 4 years.
4 years. And when were you discharged?
'83, latter part of '83.
What'd you do after you got your discharge?
I went home and was looking for work when a friend of the family that worked for Safeway after Safeway closed, and he took out Safeway stores, and so I become part of a wrecking crew. But yeah, it was fun for a while. I wanted to do more, but what do you call them? The people that go overseas and help. It's not Greenpeace, but what do they call those guys? My memory doesn't serve me well right now.
Peace
But-
Corps?
Peace Corps.
Peace Corps.
I wanted to go into the Peace Corps, but they didn't want me.
Okay.
Said I was too violent. I don't know why.
So when
But,
you come to Bartlesville?
I come to Bartlesville. I went down to Texas for a while, but I come back to Bartlesville because my brother got out of the military, and he was not on Rocky Freedom. What's the first Desert Storm vet?
Desert Storm.
And he got hit with something pretty bad. It's eaten all the cartilage out of his body, so I came home to help him.
And did he live in Bartlesville?
He lives in Ramona.
Ramona.
Yeah, Bartlesville. My siblings and I like a little distance between each other.
Yeah.
My mother lives right next door to him, so to help my mother, my brother, I come back home.
Okay.
I've been down in Texas probably about 10 years when I got the phone call.
Yeah. Okay. Would you join the Army again?
In a heartbeat. Yes, it was hard work, but it was good fun too. And I love the camaraderie between my fellow soldiers. It's a lifetime bond. We work hard, we play hard, and we have a mission.
I'd like to do a word association. I'll give you some words and you give me your reaction.
Okay?
The first one is basic training.
Pain in the butt.
AIT.
Good education.
Camp Casey.
Camp Casey. Home.
Korea.
Miserable little spot.
Fort Irwin.
Another miserable little spot.
Op 4s.
Good training.
U.S. Army.
Hoorah.
Gerald Ford.
Say again.
Gerald Ford, President.
Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford. Got nothing to say about him.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. I got plenty to say about Bill Clinton. No good. Because he's depleted our military.
George Bush.
Good man.
How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a good man that served his country well.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm displeased the way our people are treating our president. Well, I just think that our president should be better treated as a country and as people because we don't respect our president right now as a president. Other than that, not particularly.
Well, sir, this is a very good interview.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview.
Thank you, sir.
And again, Today is October 15th, 2019. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Robert Dwayne Glen in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
There.